to read you a poem because as poet laureate, I think that's what I need to do. And I also dreamed I was here and I dreamed I was reading a poem to you all. So I was like, that's our feminine intuition, right?
That's right.
But how did I end up with my PhD? I need to just tell you the story. When I grew up in Santa Barbara, it's a very privileged community, but my dad was a gardener. That's how come we ended up there, because there was a lot of jobs for gardeners. There's a lot of fancy mansions. And I ended up getting a job at age 15 and I lied about my age because I really wanted the job and you were supposed to be 16. And it was the Fielding Institute. I don't know if you ever heard of the Fielding Institute. It's a graduate school for clinical psychology. And they would award PhDs. So I was a file clerk, and back in the day we had no internet, and they had these folders. And I would be filing papers in the folders, and each folder had a Polaroid of the student's photograph. And I'd be looking at their photos, and they looked so important. They were all white, every single one of them. And so I decided as a joke, but I think this is how you can manifest, that I was going to get a PhD. And this is like, I'm still in high school. I'm the first in my family. Nobody had an education. My dad had a 3rd grade level education because that's all his rancho had in Mexico. My mom grew up in a rancho so rural, there were no schools. So I'm fantasizing about a PhD before I even have a bachelor's degree. I opened my first checking account because, right, you get paid, you need a bank account. And so I sign it, I make a check out to my friend who was also a file clerk. We would be in some dusty basements downstairs. And I remember just making a fake check out to her because I was so excited to have a checkbook. And I wrote Victoria Bañales, comma, PhD. And it just felt so good. But I know that being in that environment really influenced me because I ended up working there for 8 years, 4 years of high school and 4 years of my bachelor's degree. My supervisor kept saying, go get a career. She's like, you have to get a career. And I think that that really helped. And my point is, like, we shouldn't have to wait for us to end up. What are the chances that you're going to end up working at a place that's awarding PhDs? We need to be intrusive and intentional and not wait for students to come to us, but us go to them and start to motivate and be those role models and say, hey, you can do it. And it doesn't matter if we're bypassing the bachelor's and the master's and we're going straight to the PhDs. Try to plant those seeds. And I'm so honored that I'm here, that I did it. And of course it wasn't easy. That's why this event is called White Women in Equity and Leadership, because we have so many obstacles and barriers that we have to overcome. It's wild. And if you think about intersectionality, if you're a woman of color, and if you're queer, and if you're come from the working class, if you're not able-bodied, the obstacles are enormous, but they become invisible, and so much so in this horrible administration that we're living in that's trying to take us back to like color blindness and things like that. But the obstacles are real, and we have to create equitable opportunities and name those obstacles. We have to stop pretending they're invisible and that they don't exist. We've got to name the obstacles and then create pathways and create programs and financial aid opportunities and mentoring. And so, yeah, that's my journey. And I'm so glad to be here with you all. And I'm just going to read a little poem that I wrote. This is I just published this book. By the way, you're all in. You are all invited to my celebration, which is happening here on the 4th floor, October the 2nd. It's a Thursday night, 6 to 8. It should be fantastic, and I'll have books and I'll do a little signing. I know there's a flyer in the works, but it's not out yet. But it's October the 2nd, 6 to 8 on the 4th floor community room. So, all right, this poem is called I Was Supposed to Be a Boy, Not a Girl. When Letty was born, she was supposed to be a boy, not a girl. Firstborn, she's a girl? Oh, well, that's okay. Que linda. When Patty was born, she was supposed to be a boy, not a girl. Secondborn, she's a girl? Oh, I see. That's all right. Una compañera para la hermanita. When I was born, I was supposed to be a boy, not a girl. Third born. She's a girl? Again? Uy, no, otra vieja, says my aunt. I mean, one, that's okay. That's quite all right, something to celebrate. Isn't she adorable? We'll try again. Two, te la paso. Not the best outcome, but it'll do. Las niñas look so cute in their matching pink dresses. But three, now that's excessive. That's one too many, not necessary, unnecessary. Not a necessity. What's necessary is a boy. Victor, not Victoria. But I came out rajada, split, roaring and wild like a tiger, with premature teeth, thick black matted hair, long nails, clenched fists, ready to fight, jumping off trees like a monkey, scrapes and scars and broken teeth. Look at me, I'm Superman, flying off the rooftop. My first concussion at age 7, my second at age 9. A palm across my cheek, slap. A belt across my leg, whack. A stick across my back, crack. Snot and tears slowing me down, making me more rebellious. Look at me, I'm Evel Knievel, flying off my bike. Aplácate, act like a girl. Placate, serve a plate, wash the plates, don't be late. It's time your father ate. But I'm a girl, I'm not acting, I say. This is who I am. Strong enough to be tender, wild enough to howl at the moon. They will try again and again and as many times as necessary until they get it right. When Junior is born, firecrackers illuminate the sky. Latinaste, you did it. You finally hit the jackpot. But nothing can stop me from howling at the moon. I too can light up the sky. Look at me, I'm a bright star, brighter than the rest, making my way up, up and away. Thank you.